In today's video, we are going over the patch notes for March 5th, which will go live in just a few hours. We will also be taking a look at the upcoming events and new Pearl Shop items coming this week. First, we start with the inland fishing improvements. Rare fish will now start appearing next to the hot springs in Duvenkroon and along the Altanova coast. Carp has also been increased by 4.9 times in the existing spots near Duvenkroon. I personally fish at Velia, but I will be testing these new spots to see if I can catch a lucky fish. Next, we have a huge farming nerf. If you watched my recent farming guide, you'll know that I recommended magical seeds for the contribution points. However, with this nerf, it's not going to be as efficient as before. We're looking at about a 40% reduction in blush leaves. As you can see, white seeds, green seeds, and blue seeds used to give 4 to 10 blush leaves per breed, but they will now give 1 to 3, 2 to 4, and 3 to 4 respectively. As for magical seeds, they used to give 20 to 50, but now will give 20 to 22, meaning you will obtain a far fewer blush leaves per farm cycle. On the other hand, they buff the farming EXP gained from harvesting, so if you're mainly farming for EXP and cooking or alchemy materials, this change is great for you. Next, we have a small quality of life update which allows you to mass process immortal draughts and perfumes. Similar to the other recipes, you'll use the same materials but add a libella's essence in order to process 10 times the usual amount, allowing you to create draughts and perfumes in bulk. This also includes mass processing with event draughts or perfume. Then we have some small changes, improvements, and bug fixes, starting with an icon change for the blue breath of the end times to pink. You will also have improved NPC location functions when you right click the items listed below, taking you directly to a guild shop NPC to sell them. There has also been a fix to an issue where pen Gaudier weapons couldn't be sold on the market at random occasions, and it's been adjusted so that the pen version is always worth more than Tet. Due to these changes, all Tet and pen Gaudier weapons have been removed from the marketplace. Next, we have a huge addition to the weekly solo bosses. I highly recommend you do these bosses every week if you don't already. We now have the last Donghai solo boss, making this the hardest of the 3. With that said, the rewards are also better upon successfully defeating it. As you can see, C8 starts at 365 or more AP, C9 starts at 375 or more AP, and C10 starts at 385 AP or more. It is important to know that the higher your ranking, the better the rewards. The ranking is determined by your clear speed. As you can see on the left side, you obtain a larger number of valuable items, with a chance for the right column to also provide additional items. Next, we have Sycraia improvements and small changes. In the upper zone, there has been an improvement so that monsters will no longer frequently return to their spawn points. You can also now invest in Rasset Island for node benefits in the upper zone as well. For the lower zone, the monster spawn rate has been reduced by 4%. Knockback and floating have also been added to 4 of the monster's attacks, and Kaffir stones obtained from Sycraia's memory have gone from a chance of 5 to 15 to a guaranteed 15. It's a small buff, but definitely noticeable. Next, we have Edania Hunting buffs. Since the feedback wasn't so great, Pearl Abyss made adjustments, but I think we still need to make more, and hopefully they listen to our wishes. Rock elephants have had their dash attack expanded, their stomp attack area reduced, their AP increased, and their spawn rate increased by 1.3 times. As for the golden leaf snakes, the snakes have been moved away from the roads, the snake skin has been added to the loot tables, and the firehorn drop rates have been increased by 3 times. The wild spark drop rate has also been increased by 1.6 times, and the boss has a spawn rate increase of 1.6. For mountain sheep, not much has changed other than the sheep blood and sheep hide being added to the loot tables. Lastly, coral stone carbs have received an increase in coral crystal drop rates by 2.3 times, coral pieces by 4 times, and the boss spawn rate has increased by 2.5 times. For all of these Edania hunting spots, the hunting quest appearance rate has been increased by 4 times, making your hunting speed much faster. Next, we have a limited edition questline which is associated with a new Dark Prince outfit coming this week to the Pro Shop. Completing this quest will give you an exclusive fairy change coupon, which is essentially a red flame. More information on that soon. You can start this quest by visiting Igor Bartali and Velia, and you do not need to have the costume in order to begin the questline. New knowledge has also been added to the game, which will give you an additional 6 energy, as each log is going to go from 1 to 2 total energy. Lastly, we have Liana in Edania, which is great if you do Edania hunting, since there's a new daily quest that can be completed based on your hunting rank. We also have a few small additions, such as a new loading screen, the ability to move tagged characters on the world map when traveled separately is enabled, and a few other changes and small fixes that we never bother reading anyways. Now let's move on to events coming this week. First, let's start with the Party Black Shrine event. It is super simple and essentially a free 5 bill within 2 weeks if you slay the party bosses from March 8th to March 14 and March 15 to March 21st. You will gain 50 million silver per defeated boss, and the rewards will be distributed on March 26th during maintenance via your in-game mail. The next event is related to the Dark Prince outfit we spoke about earlier in the patch notes. For a limited time, you can complete a series of quests which will provide you with a fairy change coupon. However, for some reason PA decided to add additional quests based on the titles you have, which can be obtained by purchasing packs related to the costume in the Pearl Shop. You will need to complete these quests before April 2nd or you'll lose the chance at the limited fairy costume. Lastly, we have an event that was active this week but starts again with even more items that you won't want to miss. From March 5th to March 12th, you will be able to obtain the following items by watching Twitch creators for a total of 10 hours during the week. If you haven't already, make sure to visit me on Twitch. The link will be down in the description. To wrap up the patch notes, let's quickly skim through the Pearl Shop. Keep in mind that these prices are SIA and will be much lower compared to NA and EU. As mentioned a few times, we have the new Dark Prince outfit coming out for all classes, including Shy, available today until March 26th. Unfortunately, you can't remove anything from the costume since it's all combined. All purchases related to the costume will also give you seals which can be used to obtain Purple Fairy Flame instead of the red one from the quests, along with 2 exclusive titles. We also have a few costume packages coming that include discount coupons and enchantment stacks. This may be good since we can potentially see costumes on the market, but probably not since we currently have huge sales on blacksmith boxes. Lastly, we have the 100 Pearl packages which can be purchased once per week until March 19th. Thank you for listening. If you want more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.